And everything about compensatory codification, which is what I write about, is about the use of logic. Logic came with the universe. Black people have been systematically taught not to be logical. And what is logical? What do we mean by the word logical? I mean cause and effect. Fire will burn. Water is wet. How do you know that? Trial and error. That's what. If you don't believe it, stick your finger in some fire and see if it's not different from water. The do's and don'ts. Do, when you're talking about Republicans, get a Republican. Get a person who says, I am a genuine Republican. I'm no half-stepping. I'm the real thing. Okay, sir, you're exactly where I've been looking for. Now, what is a Republican? And now we've got 9 areas of activity according to the compensatory code. Economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. Now, as a Republican, sir, in those 9 areas of activity, what do you do as a Republican, starting with the first area of activity in alphabetical order, economics? And then after that person answers all the questions that you ask, all of the questions that you ask pertaining to economics as a Republican, then you move to number 2. And don't skip over anything until all of the questions are answered, even if the answer is, I don't know. That's an answer. And heaven forbid, part of codification is, compensatory codification is, never help the person with the answer. That's a fatal mistake. Once you ask the question, listen to the person's answer. There's a reason for this. If that person is a white supremacist, that person will get you to help them with the answer. Mm-hmm. They're real tricky at this. And you will wind up explaining what a Republican is and what a Republican isn't. And the person hasn't said anything about what they are and what they are not, except that they were a Republican. But they got you to start describing what they are. And they will hold it against you later on, because they will simply say, you know what, when you were talking to me, you asked me that question, was I a Republican? Then you start telling me what you thought a Republican is. And that's very easy to do. Don't fall into that trap, because they'll hold it against you later on, and they will have an excellent case. Because they'll say, you did all the talking. You were telling me what I was. I didn't say anything, except that I was a Republican, but I didn't get a chance to describe what that meant. But I tricked you into trying to describe what it meant when you start acting like you were confused, or you were confused because I was confusing you with my answers. All right? That's what a white supremacist will do. And that's whether that white supremacist calls himself a Democrat, a Republican, a Jehovah's Witness, a Christian, a Jew, a Buddhist, a conservative, a liberal. They are masters of words.